Welcome to Second First Conversations, a presentation of Second Congregational First Presbyterian Church in downtown Rockford, Illinois, as we serve downtown Rockford and beyond with God's grace. I'm your host, Phil Davidson, along with Greg McCulloch. Our guest today is Mark Stratemeyer, who is our coordinator, expediter, guru,
general, all-around expert
for our new solar power system. So welcome, Mark.
Thank you, Phil.
Everybody is so aware of energy costs, other costs. I mean, I think in our personal lives and certainly at the church.
Environmental concerns.
Yes. So what did we decide to do about it at our church, and what was the process?
Well, a couple of years ago, we had a town hall meeting, if you will, after the service, where we were discussing costs, how to reduce costs for the church. And by chance, a month or so before that, one of our members, Linda Mohop, came to the trustees and said, hey, the Inflation Reduction Act has made it possible for nonprofits to get the 30% rebate from the Treasury for solar power systems, solar panels on your facility. Also, our denomination offers low-interest loans to help pay for this stuff. Maybe we should look into this. So I took it upon myself to look into this. And City of Rockford had a website where they, and Linda supplied some of this information, where they listed solar power vendors, suppliers, contractors. So I looked at that, and it's basically just like if you got a project that you're doing at your home, right? You want a garage built, you want landscaping done, you call people who can do the work and say, hey, I'd like a proposal. And so they come out and they look around and, say, okay, we can do this, this, and this, and this is what it would cost and all that. And so I talked to several suppliers. They said, well, based on your usage, this is what we, and the space that you have for panels, this is what we can do for you. And these are the programs that you can use to pay for it. And this is how much money we think you'll save.
Was there a lot of difference between those quotes that we got?
Well,
I guess I don't even know how many quotes we did get.
Yeah, we got two or three. One of the vendors I contacted, no bid. I didn't say exactly why. Another one came up and said, well, this is a small system that you may want to go bigger, but this is what we think. And I think there was another one too besides the one we actually went with. But the vendor that we actually went with, GreenLink, came in with a pretty comprehensive package. This is the size of the system we can install for you. This is and they went through in a lot of detail how we could pay for it and the programs that were available for that. And like one of the other people that we contacted, didn't seem to even know about the investment tax credit from the Treasury.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it seemed like these guys were on top of it, had a lot of knowledge about what was available. And
plus, they had done some other churches, I believe, in town as well.
Yeah. The church on rural, Our Savior's Lutheran.
Yeah,
they'd done a big system over there. and I talked to people from Our Savior's, and they got glowing reviews from them.
Well, that's a big deal if they have that kind of experience behind them already.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're doing a great job here, Mark, because you already answered about three of our questions. But could we talk a little bit more about how we were able to do this financially?
Yeah. So the Inflation Reduction Act did allow for nonprofits to get the 30% tax credit even though we don't pay taxes. And so that's a big part of the whole system there. And I was just working on registering for that. The last few days I've been working on that. There's also a distributed generation rebate from ComEd, which says here $250 or $300 per kilowatt of installed capacity. That's significant also. And then there's the Illinois Solar for All program, and that's we're in a low income area of the city.
So that makes a difference too.
Yeah, and so we're eligible for the Illinois Solar for All, which gives a significant payback as well. And because we're in a low income area, we're eligible for an extra 10% from the federal government as well, Department of Energy. So altogether, it just about pays for the whole system.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, not instantly, I guess.
No,
there's a payback time probably on any of these systems, or a break-even point.
And GreenLink, we're in the Illinois Solar for All program, and GreenLink referred us to German American Bank because they've dealt with loans for some of these programs before. So they actually paid the bills for GreenLink, and then as we get these rebates, then we can pay back the bank. And we don't even pay anything on the loan for the first year.
Wow.
And that's part of the system.
Where can I get one of those?
Yeah, really.
See how you can lose on this.
Kind of a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So you mentioned the size of the system. Give us a feel for like how many panels this is and how that would compare to the average home system.
Well, we've got 284 panels on the roof.
That seems like a big number.
It does.
Yeah, wow.
It's on the roof of the gym, on the roof of the sanctuary, and on the low roof area on the south of the gym where the offices and the restrooms and stuff are. So 284 total panels. It's 150 kilowatt, and there's one of them. There's AC and DC ratings, and they're slightly different, but that's generally where we're at, 150 kilowatts. And on a good day, we get 800 to 950 kilowatt hours out of the entire system for the day.
And how does that compare to just like if I had one on my home?
Yeah, well, the last week of July at my house, we used 150 kilowatt hours.
And you say we're doing that in
about an hour, a little more than an hour.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's got a lot of capacity.
Indeed. Other thing I wondered, are the panels themselves, are they the same type that you would use in a residential? Is this just a scaled up version of the typical residential setup?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay.
We've got like 3 inverters, and they communicate with ComEd. We've got an app that lets us monitor the system, shows us how much power is being generated, and that's kind of cool.
It is cool. I have that app, and I mentioned it. I was joking with somebody that's become the favorite game on my phone.
Yeah.
People ask about storage, and that gets into, well, on a system this size, it's honestly not practical to even set that up. But
yeah, and I don't think we usually have a problem with ComEd power going out at the church. But if we lose power from ComEd, then we don't get any power from our panels either, because they need power to operate.
We need that. Yeah. We need that connection still in order to
power the inverters,
generate our own power. Yeah,
and all that.
Okay.
Well, I know you've already alluded to some of this. I know we're kind of early in this journey, but how are we doing?
Yeah. If we look at the last 2 bills that we got, well, let's see, no, minus the last one, the 2 before that. Our June bill, we were charged for 8,600 kilowatt hours, and we paid like $1,900. And then
we paid $1,900?
Yeah.
Before the system was up?
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And then the system became operational the 25th of June, and this bill that I'm going to talk about here goes from the 5th of June to the 7th of July, so 12 days with the system operating. And we used 12,400 kilowatt hours, so about 50% more than the month before, and our bill was virtually identical. And most of that is because we got $700 credit for the net metering, which means we got paid $700 for energy that we generated that we didn't use at the moment that it was being generated. So that's a good start. And then our latest bill, we used 13,300 kilowatt hours, paid $2,400. And you go back to the same bill from last year, where we used 29,000 kilowatt hours, more than twice as much, and we paid $4,300. So the bill, the total bill was $1,900 less, based on us using less because we generated a bunch. Let's see, we also got about $600 net metering credit. So both of those together reduced our bill by $1,900.
So
go ahead.
Well, it doesn't fully cover all of our use, but it's making a major dent in our expense.
Yeah. It was estimated that we'd save $10,000 to $11,000 first year. Wow. So it's significant.
I have a question that we weren't going to talk about, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Go ahead.
So the weather has been rather cloudy.
Okay.
Recently. What does that do to our system as far as generating what we want to generate?
Well, it cuts down on the output, as you'd expect.
Here, Mark's opening up this app on his phone.
I'm opening up the app.
Yeah,
on my phone.
This is a play-by-play.
Yeah, live data here. Let's see. Yesterday was it cloudy yesterday?
It was kind of cloudy.
At least part of the
mix.
day.
Yeah. So we generated 687 kilowatt hours yesterday. The day before it was only 211 kilowatt hours. That was Sunday.
It was cloudy, rainy.
Sunday that was a miserable day.
And Friday, we got a pretty nice bell curve of output, and that was 894 kilowatt hours.
It's clear, pretty clear on Friday. Yeah.
So, Sunday was only about a little less than a quarter of what we get on a real sunny day. And, so as we get into the fall and winter, we'll probably see our output reduced as well, just less light during the day and more clouds.
But we're still saving money, even with the cloudy weather. Well, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Thank you for a couple of things, for all your efforts in getting this all arranged and set up.
No small task.
And saving all this money, and for being our guest today on Second First Conversations.
It's my pleasure.
This show is a podcast series from Second Congregational First Presbyterian Church in downtown Rockford, Illinois. And our podcasts seek to educate, inform, and show God's grace. Colossians 4:6 says, "Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned by salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone." This is Phil Davidson along with Greg McCulloch. So long, and thank you for listening.
Second First Conversations is produced and hosted by Phil Davidson, edited by Greg McCulloch. We'd like to thank the Rockford Public Library for use of their excellent recording studio. Our theme music is Vineyard by the Asian Jazz Cafe, and it's courtesy of Universal Studios. To listen to more podcasts or view Sunday services live, visit our YouTube channel, Second First Rockford, or visit us at our website, www.secondfirst.org.